Shout out to the Knicks. They finally done it, man. Their first championship in 53 years. You seen the celebrities come out and support from actors, rappers, former athletes, and Knicks. But one rap group I give credit for saving the Knicks' whole title run, and that's the Wu-Tang Clan. Because, hear me out, the Knicks was up 2-0. They won the first two games in San Antonio, lost a close one in New York, and then they was getting blew out by 29. I think they were down by 27, somewhere around here at halftime. And they announced that Wu-Tang Clan were going to be performing at the halftime show, and San Antonio was beating the brakes off them. But then Wu-Tang came out, and they did the halftime show. That got the crowd hype. And in the locker room, it's a few native New Yorkers that's playing on that New York team. Jose Alvarado. Brunson is from the New Jersey area. Cat is from the New Jersey area. They go out like that. At least make it a close game if Wu-Tang is performing at halftime. But I imagine without that halftime show and that boost, and the Knicks not coming out and playing hard in that third quarter, they were still down by 20 in the fourth quarter with like 7 minutes ago left. I'm like, don't y'all know y'all down by 20? But this is the difference between the Knicks and the other teams. And this is why the Knicks are the NBA champions of 2025-26. They play like they're down by 5 when they're down by 28, 25, 20 points in the fourth quarter. I'm waiting for Mike Breen to say, hey, Richard, how long is it before Mike Brown takes Brunson, OG, and Cat out? They're down by 20 with 7 minutes left, but you can't do that because there's ratings involved. You don't want to say that. So the Knicks cut it down to 15. You're like, okay, San Antonio is still going to come back. They're still going to come back and end up winning. They're still going to pull it out. Then they're down by 9. Okay, San Antonio got a chance. Then they're down by 7. Okay, San Antonio still can pull this out. But once they got it to 4 with like around 3 to 4 minutes left, I knew the Spurs was cooked. The Knicks was going to come back and win. But no, Josh Hart misses an easy layup. And the Spurs still have a chance to go up by 3. But De'Aaron Fox ends up missing by getting his shot blocked. A lot of people are saying hindsight 20 is 2020, and they say De'Aaron Fox was trying to, should have ran the clock out, but it wouldn't have mattered. They still could have had a chance to go up by 3 or even go up by 2. But De'Aaron Fox is going to be the scapegoat. He gets his shot blocked, and the rest is history.
Allow him to operate at the top, 101.
Brunson gets it, fires up a 3. Shot no good. The tip, it's gone! It's gone! It's gone! With 1.2 remaining, Knicks take the lead. OG Anunoby, and it's 107-106. Bedlam here at the Garden. They can't believe it. Brunson's shot looked good and just came up short.
Now there's still 1.2
inbound and nobody guarded him, and he went right to the rim. Perfect timing. But now the Spurs have a chance. 1.2, plenty of time to get off a shot. They're now out of timeouts. What do you look for with San Antonio?
Well, listen, with Victor Wembanyama, obviously the rim roll.
Inbound and nobody guarded him, and he went right to the rim. Perfect timing. But now the Spurs have a chance. 1.2, plenty of time to get off a shot. They're now out of timeouts. What do you look for with San Antonio?
Well, listen, with Victor Wembanyama, obviously
As you see, OG Anunoby tips in the missed three-pointer by Jalen Brunson in this history. And imagine if Wu-Tang wouldn't have performed at the halftime show. That would have never got the Knicks hype. The series would have been tied 2-2. And we would have been going back to Game 5, hoping the Knicks can steal another one in San Antonio. So this series would have looked way different if Wu-Tang didn't perform at the halftime show. I feel like Wu-Tang might have saved this title run for the Knicks or helped them close it out because you've seen what happened in Game 5. The Spurs, you know, were up by double digits again and still give up the lead. This time, Jalen Brunson ends up closing it out. But what do you think? Do you think that Wu-Tang had a significant part of the Knicks title run this year? Because they looked dead to waters in Game 4. Despite New York closing it to Game 5, New York would still be having another game or two to play it if they wouldn't have came back in Game 4. And I just think Wu-Tang Clan sparked that 29-point comeback by the Knicks, which was the largest comeback in NBA history.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuss with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuss with. New York Knicks ain't nothing to fuss with. New York Knicks ain't nothing to fuss with. There's no place to hide once I step inside your room. Dr. Doom, prepare for the boom.
And I don't eat Greek ancient ham. Styles I hit ya, wham and got hair. You'll be like, oh, that's the jam. Let's go, New York. Let's bring the energy back up.
Hey, yo, the Garden, what's up? I scared, but no question I was speed. But Jackson, what combination made my eyes bleed? And no question I would blow off, try to get the dough off, stick it up, some ball course. My life got no better, same damn low sweater.
Man, De'Aaron Fox, man. Some people think he's getting away with felony burglary. Like, this cat is getting paid over $50 million in the next 5 years. Starting next year, his extension kicks in. Look at this. He'll be getting $51 million next year. In the final year of the 4-year extension, he's getting $63 million. I know in the NFL, when they have up and coming young quarterbacks coming in or up and comer that's playing good, but they also got that veteran on a huge salary, they're like, well, you better play him. He's making $23 million a year. And I feel like that's what the Spurs coach did. Even though Fox shouldn't have been closing, he shouldn't have been closing in Game 2. He shouldn't have been closing in Game 4, especially not Game 5. De'Aaron Fox had 7 points in the closeout game. And he's getting $51 million next year. Over $53 million the year after that. I think 55 after the year of that. In the 4th year of his extension, he's getting $61 million? No wonder the Spurs head coach had to play him. He like, man, I don't want to take this cat out, man. He making so much money. And we got to pay him going forward. No one wants De'Aaron Fox's contract. And that's the problem. A lot of people need to build their teams like the Knicks, OKC, the Nuggets, teams that won the NBA Finals before the Boston Celtics. Quit trying to put a veteran superstar that's going to cost you a lot of money on your team. I mean, they try to do it with Boston and Giannis, try to mess up that chemistry and get rid of Jaylen Brown and get Giannis. That's what rumors say, but I don't think you should do that. You got to build your team with like the Knicks, with veterans from the ground up. And the Spurs was on their way of doing that until they got De'Aaron Fox. I mean, he was a big name free agent, but wasn't nobody kicking the doors down to pay him $51 million. And it may have looked cute and dangerous when y'all first signed him, but we just seen in this playoffs that Castle, Vassell, Champagne, and uh, who else? Dylan Harper has better chemistry with Wemby on the floor instead of De'Aaron Fox. And De'Aaron Fox, not only did he make a bad decision in Game 4 that caused the Knicks to come back, make the hugest comeback in NBA history, De'Aaron Fox also performed poor in several games in this playoffs. He had a few shining moments, but he didn't go over 20, 25, or 30. De'Aaron Fox had 40-point games sometimes when he was in Sacramento. So for him to bring him over, you really messed up the whole team. You might have to design the Deshaun Watson scandal to try to get him out to get him out the city now. Like they knew they paid um, Deshaun Watson too much money. They paid him $300 million. He was complaining. They found a way to bring up a scandal, a sexual assault scandal, and now he's still in Cleveland. You know what I mean? But Houston tried their best to get rid of him. Will they do the same to Deshaun Watson? Would they do the same to De'Aaron Fox? Come up with some BS scandal to try to get out of paying them that 4 year, 200 something million contract, that extension? Because that's brutal. 61 million in the last year, the extension, 51 million the first year, then you got 53 million, and then you got 55 million. And not saying De'Aaron Fox, he might be a better fit for another team like the Atlanta Hawks. He'll probably be good with the Hawks. CJ is getting old in the tooth. You know what I'm saying? Put him in there with Ricochet and Jalen Johnson. And if they get Jaylen Brown in a three-way deal with Giannis for Boston, which I think that's BS. I don't know. You see a lot of things on social networks that might not be true. But we can't just blame De'Aaron Fox because Castle had his worst game of the series, of the playoffs, in the closeout game. Castle didn't even crack double figures. And this is when people sports bet, they think shit is rigged because stuff like that. No, it's just human beings. People choke. I don't think Castle is gonna, rig the game over some money bet and cost his team the NBA Finals by playing garbage on purpose. Which a lot of people would think that if you would have bet Castle on any amount of points, like 10 points, just to throw in a big parlay to make it safe, and he don't crack 10, you'll be like, it's rigged. But no, people just choke. And when you seen San Antonio down the stretch, a lot of their players didn't want to take the final shot or was shying away from the ball. That's why Mitch Johnson, the coach of the Spurs, was taking people out. He had to take Vassell out because Vassell was just off. Towards the middle of the fourth quarter, he took Champagne out because Champagne was running away from the shot. So not only did the Knicks come back and Brunson had a huge fourth quarter, the Spurs just choked. It was so many. It was getting to the point that the only person that wanted to take a shot was Wemby. Like they just said, "Here, Wemby. Here, Wemby." Didn't even want to shoot it. Now, the other 4 games in the series, at least Castle, Vassell, and Champagne was looking for the shot, and Fox was looking for the shot. He just, didn't make it. So the Spurs has to be examined how they let the Knicks take their heart out of them. You know what I mean? Watching this film of the NBA Finals should give people in the West hope that they can beat San Antonio because they can. A lot of commentary saying, "Oh, Dylan Harper and Castle is going to give people a lot of problems." We just found out Castle was human. Vassell was scared to take shots. Castle was scared to take shots. So, man, De'Aaron Fox is the scapegoat, but he shouldn't be the only one because you still had Game 5, and you could have at least won Game 5 on your home court. But Castle shriveled up. He shriveled up. So Fox, he was garbage. We know he makes a shitload of money, but we didn't expect we could have expected mediocrity from Fox. We seen it all playoffs, but for Castle not to crack double digits, no one saw that coming. So this was just another choke job by the Spurs. The Spurs had 4 losses in the NBA Finals. And they were all choke jobs. Choke jobs. And the one game they won was Game 3. That was a close game. So the New York Knicks wins their first NBA title in 53 years. And you got other people already saying they should trade Cat for Giannis. You won a title with Cat, and bringing Giannis over, you're going to have to trade more than Karl Anthony Towns because Karl Anthony Towns is no spring chicken himself. So you don't have to give up Karl Anthony Towns, probably Mikael Bridges, and OG Anunoby. and some first round draft picks. If I was the Knicks, I'd say don't do it. Don't do it. Keep that core. You might repeat or get an essential piece like, you know, Jose Alvarado, Jordan Clarkson, guys that wasn't getting run. Jordan Clarkson was even complaining about, rotational minutes. Not being in the rotation, Mike Brown found the space for him and the time to put those guys in the game. And it paid huge dividends. But Jalen Brunson is the greatest New Yorker of all time. I'm sorry, greatest New York Knick of all time. The way he put the team on his back in game 4 and game 5 is legendary. 45 points in the closeout game 5 in San Antonio. He was laying people at the end of the game. Wemby in the lane or not, it's however you want to carry it. Jalen Brunson driving to the hole, hitting threes, hitting mid rangers. He carried the team on its back. And like the Knicks haven't been to the finals in what 53 years. So then, like I said in the first segment, the Knicks was not taking this for granted. The Knicks was playing this finals like it was the last finals ever played. Like we might not never be here again. Team switch. We might not even play together again. This team with OG, the Villanova three, Brunson, Hart, and Bridges, the way money goes, we might not, this team might not be together. Mitchell Robinson, he's a free agent. So they played every game like it's last. Even if they was down by 14, 20, 13, 29 in game 4. They gonna play 48 minutes of basketball. It's the New York Knicks way. It's the New York way. You got to grind to survive in New York. And once you grind, you benefit of all the riches of the biggest city in the world. And that's what Jalen Brunson and the Knicks did. And I love this Knicks team because they picked each other up. Whenever Brunson was having an off day, OG Anunoby picked him up. You see OG Anunoby have a bad game or can't have a bad game, Mikal Bridges gets 16 or 18. OG Anunoby struggled the whole game. What did Mikal Bridges do? Put up 14 points. When game 4, he was silent. Josh Hart, first 3 games, asinine. Crazy. Just getting fouls, picking up fouls, playing defense, nothing on the offensive end. He stretched the team out and hit threes in game 4 to the comeback and game 5. So Josh Hart is putting in buckets. And that's what you call a team. This New York Knicks NBA Finals team was more like an NFL Super Bowl team than an NBA team, where each teammate can pick each other up when they're having a bad game. And this Knicks run is one of the greatest of all time. When you look at the stats, it might not have the sexiest names, but the way they dominated 2 gentlemen sweeps, or was no, 1 6-game series, the first round. The rest was sweeps and gentlemen sweeps. They swept the second round, swept the Eastern Conference Finals, and swept the NBA Finals. Well, gentlemen swept the NBA Finals. So this playoff run, this championship run, you had 6. They beat Atlanta in 6, blew them out in the closeout game by 50. Then they sweep the Philadelphia 76ers, sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers, all just to hear whoever wins the Western Conference Finals is winning the finals. They do all that in this playoff run just to hear that whoever wins out of Oklahoma City and San Antonio will win the NBA Finals. What did they do to the Spurs? Gentlemen swept them. If they wouldn't have took a nap at the wheel, they probably would have swept the Spurs because the Spurs barely got out of New York in game 3. But they gentlemen swept the Spurs, all while completing the largest comeback in NBA history, coming back from 29 points down. Even the celebrities were legendary. Like you seen when they were getting their ass kicked, you seen Chris Rock, you seen Fat Joe, you seen Jerry Seinfeld, all look like it was no hope. Like, dang, we about to go down 0-2. We waited 53 years for this to go down 0-2 in New York. But no, they came back. And no one wanted to leave Madison Square Garden after that game. Nobody. It was like a club. You might as well just close Madison Square Garden at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, because no one wanted to leave MSG after New York made that historical comeback. So this is one of the greatest teams in NBA history. It just don't got the big names because we so used to big threes and dynasties. But this is how everyone should want their team to win the championship with homegrown talent, not sticking with three big superstars just to have two of them lead the next year, not rent a star or buy a star. This is the new NBA. And I love how they say the West is dominant, but if you look at the past 8 NBA champions, you got 4 from the West and 4 from the East. So even though the West might be the strongest conference record-wise, that team that's coming out the East can beat any team that's coming out the West. So you had Boston, Toronto, New York, and Milwaukee win the finals. Those are the 4 teams in the East that win the finals. Then you had Golden State, the Lakers, Denver, and OKC winning out the West. So that's 8 straight champions in the NBA finals. So that's parity. So the big three era might be done because the salaries are too big. If you're talking about Austin Reeves wanting 40 and getting offered 40 million, Dante DiVincenzo getting 30 million on the free agent market. Oh, it's no more big threes. You put it together a big three, you don't have Harlem Globetrotters or Washington Generals as your supporting cast. So I think the big three is over.
Look at this nigga, Fat Joe. He got the courtside seats, probably over 200 grand, just all in Wemby's ear, the face of the NBA. Boink! That's how you get your money's worth, nigga.
Tracy, what does this win mean?
Well, for the town, it's pretty good. For everybody we lost in 9/11 and COVID, this is for them, and we love this team because they love each other. And we champions. We number one. Nobody can never say nothing.